Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Satori. This video is going to look a little bit different. We're starting a new series. I'm here with my husband Parker, and we're going to be chatting with you guys. This is actually going to be a podcast as well. If you want to go listen on Spotify, you can do that too. And we're just going to be chatting with you. Parker's going to explain a little bit more, but it's going to be very laid back and just cozy vibes. We're going to discuss all the the things that we invest in our life.
Yeah, unnamed podcast right now. But we know the gist of the podcast and what we want to talk about. We just don't have the name yet, which is okay, but we'll think of one soon. We'll be making this podcast hopefully once a week, to TBD on the day it'll drop and everything like that. But our goal is to make one episode a week. We want to touch on different aspects of our marriage when it comes to investments in money, but not just investments in money. It's not just a financial podcast. We wanted to also go through how we invest our time on a day-to-day basis and also how we invest in each other in our marriage. We're 23 years old, newlywed couple. We got married about 3 months ago. So this is all new to us. We just started our big boy, big girl jobs, I would say. And as we navigate the investing world, both in the financial aspect of the term and also in marriage, we just want to document kind of how we're going through this process, and also maybe explain some investing concepts to you guys. Hopefully it helps you out. I know we don't have everything figured out because we're new to this, but financial advice.
Yeah, we're not financial advisors.
Yeah.
But we literally just want to show you guys different ways that we discuss topics and learn stuff ourselves while also teaching you guys some things money wise, like Parker said, but also just in life. So I feel like we should do a little intro.
I know this is getting posted on Satori's channel, so some of you may know a little about her and her background and her life in general, but we want to give you just a brief overview of where we come from individually from a financial standpoint, and just how we grew up as a family about talking about money and concepts of healthy marriage and healthy, I guess, attitudes around money. So for me, I grew up in a family I was the oldest of four. My parents are still together. And we didn't really talk about money too much, but it was always kind of a prevailing theme in our household, I guess, of trying to save money, trying to live below our means, and just be conscious of what we're spending our money on. Pretty middle class family, not high spenders at all, I would say. My parents did a great job of saving where they could, but also allowing us to kind of have everything we needed. So when it came to investing and things like that was never discussed in our household, not because my parents didn't invest or do that kind of stuff. It just wasn't a topic of discussion, I think. Everything I learned was in school, whether it was high school or college. I'm an accountant. I had an accounting degree from Loyola Chicago, and then I got my master's. I got an MBA there as well with an emphasis in accounting. So everything I had to learn from the financial world was through that.
Advice.
No. I'm not allowed to give financial advice. But I don't know, where do you come from?
I'm the youngest of three, and growing up, we talked about money somewhat, but like it wasn't a big topic really ever in our household. I never like knew how much my parents were making. Like that wasn't something that we made.
Yeah, same.
Like something to talk about. I don't know. And then in high school we had, what was that class called?
Personal finance.
Yeah, personal finance. I guess that was the first time that I thought more about like budget and stuff, and planning out where your money is going. But also at that point, I knew that I was going to be on like a full ride scholarship. So I remember in that class, like my budget plan, I was like, oh, what do I do for this if I don't have to budget out how I'm paying for college, you know? So everything always kind of looked different starting at that point, because I did get a full ride scholarship to college, and then in college I learned more about finance stuff. So
yep, nice. Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
At the time of filming this, Satori and I are currently living in Germany, which is puts us in a unique kind of scenario situation, I think, than a lot of people. But I think that even though it might not be the normal career path or anything like that, people can still learn a lot from us in our lives in this podcast. But I'm a professional volleyball player playing in Germany. I played collegiately at Loyola Chicago, where
Go
Satori,
Blurs.
yeah, go Blurs. Satori also went to Loyola Chicago,
Yeah.
and played basketball there. But after that, I got a contract here in Germany, in this other part, a city called Friedrichshafen, and that's where we've been living for over a month now. So this is very new. We got married.
That's crazy.
We got married
Rookie
3
year?
months ago, and then basically came out to Germany and have been living here. Season just started, which is interesting.
Yep.
But
Parker literally got back yesterday
yeah,
from a 4-day trip.
4-day tournament. So and then what have you been doing here in Germany?
Yeah. My main thing right now is social media, doing like YouTube shorts, I would say. In my mind, that's like my main job as of right now. And then I've been coaching a youth boys basketball team, and I've been baking a lot. I love to bake, and it's fall vibes right now, so that's nice. Trying out handball. I found a team here to try that out. I knew that it was a popular sport here, and like Parker said, I played basketball in college, and I was actually planning to play it professionally here, but close to this town there's like no professional women's basketball, so I found a handball club and tried that out. But actually, through my youth basketball club, I got a connection with a pro team that's in second league here in Germany, and I've been practicing with them, so I might end up playing basketball professionally as well, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's my little time investing.
I'll also add this. Satori, when she got here, we were going back and forth of whether she wanted to get a job and help out our financial situation, or whether she just wanted to be just kind of a stay-at-home wife and support me in that way in my career. And we were totally okay with either one, but she gave herself a 6-month window to kind of try out this social media thing, kind of become, take her social media she had already been growing for a while now, whether it was YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and trying to find a way to monetize that to help our situation out. She gave herself a 6-month window, and I was like, sure, let's do it. And it took her a month before she monetized on YouTube, which is crazy. So now we officially have 2 income streams, both my professional volleyball contract, which, in case people are wondering, is nothing crazy. It's not like an NBA contract, not an NFL contract. This is a very small contract. Professional men's volleyball, even in Europe, is not very big. So these contracts are small, don't make a ton of money. And this is also my rookie year.
Like, coming here, I was already trying to think about like ways that I could earn money if I wasn't playing basketball professionally, or like I was so set on doing that. And then when I decided not to, I was like, can we actually make that work just off of your income only? Because obviously that's a big question of, if I'm deciding not to go down this path, obviously there's going to be an in-between time of like, how am I going to find a job then? Or am I going to find something remote? Am I going to work in Germany somewhere? So my best option, and I already obviously have always wanted to kind of just focus in on social media and stuff.
Yeah, you've been making YouTube videos since you were like 14.
So I was like, okay, 6 months, that'll give me like a couple months while we're over in Germany. And then it took like a month, and now I've been able to make money off of YouTube.
Steadily growing to this day. So
watch all the ads on here to help us out.
So yeah, that's another piece of like why we're starting this too, is just kind of that dedication and commitment to the social media.
Yeah, that's really how I've been investing my time here. Yes,
which is both an investment in yourself because it makes you happy, and also an investment, luckily, into our finances and our financial situation.
And like, it's so, since this is all new, like living here, it's been fun to create or be creative with a new lifestyle.
Satori's very creative. Like I don't know if I know you guys are probably on her channel right now, but her Instagram captions very creative. Her content's creative, the way she edits stuff. She thinks of different ways to make content just all the time. She's been good about that. So yeah, that's kind of a good segue into the other part of this podcast, which is how we invest in our relationship. One of the ways I like to invest in Satori in our growing relationship of newlyweds is by spending time with her doing the things that she loves, which includes social media and YouTube right now. And one of those pieces is like creating this podcast, thing that we can sit down and do once a week, where we get to talk about our lives and we get to talk about our financial situation and help other people out. But we also get to just have a conversation as a married couple.
Yeah.
We do that every day anyways. But
Parker's really good at communicating, and I think it took a little bit to convince him to like do a podcast like this. He doesn't like sharing a lot of things. I think that this shows though, like he is a great communicator, and you'll see that. That's like another way that he invests into our relationship, because I do know there's a lot of, guys or just couples out there that, they just don't want to maybe make the content, or they don't fully support their significant other as much. So I've like slowly, I think, kind of
loosened me up.
Yeah.
I'm still not a huge fan of it, but again, this is like
He's
a big part of Satori's,
but that shows
who
because
she is.
He is in a lot of my content, and he knows that I love it. So
yes. And again, okay, this is different segue. A way that Satori invests in me in our relationship, recently in Germany, since we've been married, is I've been having a lot of like weird times of practices and lifts. I'm gone usually twice a day to do something volleyball related at the gym, and she's been really great just holding the house down. She's been making me a lot of food, and I'm so appreciative of that, because I love eating, and I just love the food that she makes, bakes, cooks. Okay. She's been doing everything, so that's a great way. I think that she is like, even when she's alone here without me, she's still thinking of me, so taking care of me in a sense.
Like
to have
his 4-day waitress.
Yeah, I just got back at 3 a.m. Got back at 3 a.m. this morning from a 4-day tournament. Satori was here alone, which is difficult for her a lot of times. And we just miss each other on these road trips. So it takes a weight off my shoulders and takes a lot of time off of my hands. Then that time is one of our investment pieces that we like to talk about, or we want to talk about on this podcast, is how we invest that time, how we invest time in each other, how we invest our money. So speaking of how we invest our money, we want to bring up 1 to 2 articles a week, kind of like just recent news stories that we can talk about and discuss. The one today is from Yahoo Finance. At the time of this recording of this podcast, Trump just, I guess, reignited the trade war with China with a tweet on Friday, threatening 100% tariffs yet again, and it sunk the stock market. I think it was down almost 800 points. The Dow Jones was, at least, on Friday. Since then, our article today says, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ stage comeback as Trump tempers tariff talk toward China.
Wow, what a title.
Yes. So basically today, as Satori also has not read this article, so I'm explaining to both
honestly,
you and to
a lot
her.
Of this like financial stuff, I learn a lot from Parker.
And we'll be learning a lot together. She'll be bringing things to the table for me to learn, and I will also be bringing things to the table for her to learn, and hopefully our viewers can learn something as well. After the stock crashed basically on Friday, Trump walked back some of his comments with another tweet on Monday, and the U.S. stocks surged again, bouncing back from what they did on Friday. It just shows that these markets are very fickle. They can change just literally with a tweet. Which is kind of insane. But let me get to on Friday, October 10th, 2025, he threatened to impose an additional 100% tariff on Chinese goods starting November 1st. It reignited fears of a full U.S. versus China trade war, and the stock market erased roughly $2 trillion on Friday, which is a lot of money.
Oh my god.
But
Wait,
Trump,
when was the first time this happened?
The first time happened, I believe, in March of this year.
Okay.
And the markets have recovered since then. The tariff terror was was a scary time for a
Yeah.
little bit.
I
But
remember I was like talking with a brand or like on a call. They're like a new leggings company, and they were talking about one of their main points on why they're like a fine company to work with is because they already have plans for their tariffs and how they're going to work around that, and they're going to be able to get all their products made in Canada and have some sort of like roundabout way. Every business obviously had to like rethink their plans of where their products are coming from, or just like how the tariffs are going to affect that.
yep, for sure. Trump then tweeted on Monday, "Don't worry about China. It will all be fine." Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. So just with this tweet alone, the markets all of a sudden on Monday started climbing back up.
Wow. He's like, chill out, guys.
Which is crazy, but that's just how it
Yeah.
that's just how it is. So what does this mean for us? There's a couple key takeaways. Well, a couple companies in the US, big tech companies, they rely on China for certain things. And the thing that ignited this whole Trump tweet fiasco was China put a big tariff on rare earth metals. And a couple companies need those. Apple is one. They use them to build their phones and their technology. And China is also a huge market for them. So Apple was hit from one side by China and the other side by Trump, saying that he was going to tariff goods coming from China. So that hurt. And then Tesla's another one that got hit hard because they use rare earth metals in their EV batteries. They've rebounded.
That's why it dropped so much?
Yes.
Or was it literally any?
Oh, a couple stocks actually did well. A couple rare earth metal stocks, both American and Chinese companies, did really well with this news. They started going up, but those companies aren't big enough to be in these indexes like the S&P 500 or even the Russell 1000. Those companies were out of those indexes, so the indexes still crash because nothing's going up. They're heavily tech, so all these things are going down, and then a couple companies are going up. But then Monday just kind of reverses everything. So my question after this for Satori would be,
sounds like a quiz. What's your question?
What does this do to our goals? What does this do to our investment strategies? And does this change anything?
It kind of changes things, but since the stock market is always changing, I feel like you got to be kind of, steady yourself and just know that it's going to go like this a lot. Exactly. Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, let me pull money out now. Let me put a bunch of money in now. But with that said, since it's lower, you usually want to, buy on the dip. So maybe we invest a little bit more money while things are cheap.
Our lesson that I would want to leave with viewers and listeners is just in times of turmoil like this, when you see the stock hit the red on a Friday or something like that, I think it's always important to remember that as a young investor, that's what you want to see. I think every financial advisor would agree that 20s, especially in your 20s, if you see a bear market, it is just more money in your pocket, because that is when you should be buying. It's the best time to buy, because when it is low and when you're early, like in your 20s, you still have 40 plus years of investing to do before retirement.
It's very true. But honestly, I will add in, I feel like, Parker just has more of that like ambitious investing mindset. But since we are young, he's reminded me like this is the time to have not more fun with it, but just be willing to be ambitious with it. Put some more money into like a stock that is exciting to you.
Yeah, basically just time is our biggest ally right now. If we lose money on a stock, in the grand scheme of things, it's much better to lose it now than it is to lose it when you're 60 and you're a couple of years away from retirement. As these market changes happen, stay calm, don't sell. It's the main thing.
Exactly.
And buy more, basically.
Yeah.
If you can. Right now, we're young, newlywed.
Everyone's like, why are they giving us
that's an interesting thing. Also, part of this podcast is just like, hopefully you guys can also see the growth of I guess our financial situation. We're not going to be super open about sharing exactly how much we make and everything.
I think it should be taught more or discussed more.
openly. Yeah,
Yeah,
without
openly,
without a
and
stigma
just
on it.
hope that we keep learning, and maybe we can learn from people watching this, as well as maybe we help teach them a couple things.
The funny thing is, we're gonna make mistakes, I
Oh
think,
my gosh,
and it's gonna be
100%.
filmed and posted, and
I
so everyone's gonna
know.
know exactly where we went wrong.
Yeah, and they're gonna be watching this being like, oh, these 23-year-olds, what are
Yeah,
they
idiots.
doing?
But this was
Yeah.
just an introductory video,
Yeah.
a little test of the Yahoo Finance article. We'll try to do 1 to 2 articles a week,
Yep.
keep up with the current things, and just talk about how that affects our situation and yours, possibly.
Yeah. Wherever you're listening from, please just interact with this podcast. We'll be dropping an episode every single week. So we hope you guys enjoyed this, and we hope to see you in our next podcast, video, whatever it is.
We'll hopefully have a name by next time.
Bye.
See ya.